man, we back with another one today, man. We got another dad reaction. We got Chief Keef, Love Sosa, man. Hey, y'all already know this, the GOAT, man. The GOAT. You got the GOAT today. Chief Keef, the GOAT. You know what Chief Keef is?
I know what Chief Keef is.
Yes, sir. You know where he from?
Chicago.
Yes, sir. You know why he the GOAT?
If I'm not mistaken, he did a video in his grandmom's house when he was on house arrest.
Not the reason he's the GOAT, but
well, I mean, that's
you're correct.
That video was the one. That video, from what I heard, was the one that set him up to become the GOAT. Like that song took off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so because of that video, that made him probably become who he became.
He started a whole new genre
of music. Yeah, this drill music.
Drill music, yes, sir.
Right.
He is the GOAT. Do you know how drill is used around the world now? You got UK drill. UK drill. That's a whole nother country.
They doing drill music in the
UK? They
UK?
do drill music in the UK. Wow. Chief Keef, it started here in Chicago and it's branched all over. It's his own genre, drill music. That's GOAT status right there. And he only 27 right now. And he been in the game. He been in the game since he was what, 16. He been in the game over a decade. He only 27 right now. He's a young living legend. GOAT.
Do they still play drill music today?
Drill music is still being made right now to this day.
Okay.
The stuff I just played for you last week with Dirt was drill. Some of that was drill music. Like that's still huge. You got different sounds now. It sounds different in certain like cities now. Like Memphis got their own kind of sound with it. New York got their own kind of drill music, their own kind of sound. So like depending on what city you in, it all sounds different.
So Chief Keef is
he started a whole new genre.
Okay.
Yep. And today we got Love Sosa, man. This is the song that you were speaking of.
All right, let's get into it. Chief Keef.
Young Chop on the beat.
Love Sosa. It's Love Sosa. These bitches love Sosa, oh and the no, and fucking with them old boys, you gon' get fucked over. Rarries and Rovers, these hoes are cheap Sosa. Hit on with that Cobra, now that boy slumped over. They do it off for Sosa, you boys ain't making no noise. Y'all know I'm a grown boy, your clip full of broke boys. Got y'all some robots, got y'all some robots. We GBE dope boys, we got lots of dope boys. Sosa, and they love them glow boys.
This song is still played like all over the world, by the way.
Is this one of his first songs?
It's like the first ones to start blowing up. I don't know if it's like his first song.
Nah, I got you.
But like, yeah, definitely one of the first ones to start blowing up. And the one you may actually be talking about, it is this one, it is Love Sosa, or it's I Don't Like. That was all turned up in the living room.
Yeah, that's the video. I seen that one before.
I Don't Like?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Oh, so you already heard that one?
I seen that one before.
Okay.
This one I know I haven't seen.
Yeah, lots of dope boys. This is Love Sosa, and they love them glow boys. Know we from the go boy, but we cannot go boy. No, I don't know old boy. I know he's a bro boy. Rarries and Rovers, convertible Lambos boy. You know I got bands boy, and it's in my pants boy. Disrespect them old boys. You won't speak again boy. Don't think that I'm playing boy. No, we don't use hands boy. No, we don't do friends boy. Collect bands on the landlord. I get lots of commas. I can fuck.
He said, no, we don't do hands.
Yeah.
So that means we ain't fighting no more.
No, we ain't fighting.
Okay.
Yo mama, I ain't with the drama. You give me my llama. Riding with 300 for us. These bitches see cheese Sosa. I swear to God they all know. These bitches love Sosa, oh and the no, and fucking with them old boys, you gon' get fucked over. Rarries and Rovers, these hoes are cheese Sosa. Hit her with that Cobra, now that boy slumped over. They do it off for Sosa, you boys ain't making no noise. Y'all know I'm a grown boy, your clip full of bro boys. Got y'all some roll boy. Don't make me call D Rose, boy. He 6 double O, boy. And he keep that pole, boy.
He said, don't make me call D Rose, boy. He 6 double O, not Derrick Rose.
All right. I mean, it's something.
D Rose is another guy in Chicago. They call him D Rose, and he's locked up for doing exactly what they rapped about. So
Okay.
I don't know if he got life or a bunch of years. I don't know, but we know he been locked up for a long time. He's still alive though. But so they had 300. Remember I told you in the Dirk video how Dirk was 300,
Right.
OTL 300. Well, Chief Keef there was 300, and then they had another group that was 600. They all from the same area, but they called themselves 600, 600. But they was all same group, so he said, don't make me call D Rose, boy, he 600. Like, so they all pretty much part of the same gang, stuff like that. All BDs.
You gon' get fucked over. Bitch, I done so sold
Another
up.
thing you're gonna notice in a lot of these artists from Chicago, the BDs are much more popular than the GDs out here. That's why it was such a big deal when they made that song a couple years back with they didn't let the GDs in the dough.
Right.
Cause the GDs ain't been in the dough at all. It's been all BDs that been blowing up from Chicago. Chief Keef started it, and pretty much everybody from that little area, them couple blocks that they from, you got Dirk, Vaughn, you got a bunch of artists that blew up from them couple blocks in the city.
So a whole new era.
Yeah, he started. He loud for everyone to get recognition in Chicago,
Okay.
and it started blowing up the whole music scene in Chicago, and that's why I got a lot of artists from Chicago that's up right now. A lot of them gone as well from the violence and the war and all that, but a lot of them still here. That's on.
And I done so cold, she gon' clap for Sosa, he gon' clap for Sosa. They do it for Sosa, them hoes that's all for Sosa. They don't want that Molly water, so nigga be cool like water. Before you get hit with this lava, bitch on that trailer topping. Don't care no price, I copy. Be in yo bitch steady jocking me. These bitches love Sosa, oh and the no man. Fucking with them old boss, you gon' get fucked over. Rarries and Rovers, these hoes love cheap Sosa. Hit on with that cobra, now that boy slumped over. They do it all for Sosa, you boys ain't making no noise. Y'all know I'm a grown boy, your clip full of bro boys. Got y'all some bro boys, got y'all some bro boys. We GBE dope boys, we got lost a dope boy.
Short dreads, Chief Keef. I mean, I was in my Chief Keef phase. My dreads about right, huh?
I can see how this guy's music is became popular, and
Yeah,
you know the new generation of your age and stuff coming up, listening to it. You know, I could barely understand what the hell he talking about. To be honest with you.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing.
I can't even understand. I'm locked in listening to it, but I can't really actually understand what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I have to hear this several times over and over just to kind of really understand what he's saying. But I guess you could pick it up a lot quicker.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. Like, it wasn't like, I think it was just at that time it was like a different sound. Cause like, first of all, like in this music video, I don't like that's on the screen.
Right.
People wasn't making at that time. You wasn't making videos in your grandmama house with a bunch of dudes just jumping around, turning up. Like they wasn't doing that at that time.
Right.
In hip hop. So that was something different. People like different. And then it was just how he sounded. He dissing ops and talking about like stuff he talking about. And they like, oh, we ain't never heard. Like people ain't never heard this kind of stuff before. And they get your head bobbing. You like, oh. So now people messing with it. And I think he was the first one to really do that. And that's why it took off like it did. And so then even with this one, ain't like it's super lyrical or he really ain't talking about much of nothing. If we being honest. He ain't talking about much of nothing at all, but it sound good, and I think that's why it got so popular because we ain't heard nothing like that before.
I mean, like I said, it's the beat, it's the fact that
Yup.
people could look at the video and relate. You know, everybody generation is different when they come up. I mean, I remember a time when we used to hang out in the house and kick it. It'd be just the fellas. This just on a amplified, 10 times over.
Yeah.
You know, which is now being shown on videos, and it's just like, man, I could. Relate to that, just fellas hanging out and kicking it, and then you have a video like this, yeah, I can see it blew up. I mean, genius behind that,
And Chief Keef actually is one of the smartest. He's actually really smart. A lot of people thought he was stupid, Like, just because he was a kid when he did blow up. But, like, as he got older, you could tell, like, from interviews and stuff, like, the way he done moved around, you could tell he actually, like, really, really smart. And he the only artist, well, he one of the few artists I know. A lot of artists, you know, they get on, they go back to their hood. Some of them get killed that way because they want to be back in their hood. Some of them go back, like Dirk go back sometimes just to be back, but Dirk, he come with security, or he might help. Dirk moves smart.
He moves.
Yeah, he moves smart. So, but Keef, first it was rumors he can't come back to Chicago. One, I think he got a warrant out or something like that, so he might not be able to return to Chicago. But I think he said he can return. But he ain't never been back to Chicago. He moved like over 5 years ago. He probably moved longer than 5 years ago, to be honest. But he been out in Cali. He ain't never came back. Like, not even once came back to Chicago. And he been out of trouble. He ain't been, Keef had been going back and forth to jail. He ain't had no cases. That's a smart man, in my opinion.
Well, he's moving the way he's moving.
He's like really a young OG.
Yeah. What we got next?
All right. Hey, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit the post notification bell.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
All right, Dan.